Hello and welcome back to the Scale Modelling Cafe. My name is Jamie. In this video, video number 2, I thought I'd introduce the first YouTube project that I'm going to be doing, the first YouTube model, and it's this. It is the Academy F-14 Tomcat in 1/72 scale. Now, I'm a big fan of that aeroplane. I think it's just absolutely marvellous. And everyone raves about the 48 scale Tamiya kit, and some people say it is the best kit that's ever been produced. And I really want to build that model at some stage, but I'm a really big fan of 72nd scale. And it's a big aeroplane, so I think 72nd scale really suits it. And everybody said that this is a beautiful kit, and it's certainly the best in scale. Excuse me while I take a swig of my tea. That is Whittard's lemon and ginger tea. So so I thought I'd just give a brief chat about the kit. Not really a sprue tour or a review, nothing like that. Just a bit on the parts breakdown, and then I'll take you through some of the aftermarket stuff that I got for this, because I am throwing an awful lot of gear at it to sort of raise it to the next level. So I've just taken this sprue out because I've just removed a couple of bits off the sprue. That's the cockpit tub and one of the bulkheads. But as you can see, so it's got two sort of forward fuselage halves there. Obviously the tails are separate. This bit here is a bit of the fuselage. So is this flat bit here with some recessed sky flash blah going on there. So that will eventually mate onto the fuselage. Obviously it's very flat, as you can see. In fact, the aeroplane generates quite a lot of what they call flat plate lift, which is why it was so manoeuvrable for such a big aeroplane. It's kind of the only sensible really way of breaking it down is to have this and then graft the nose on there. You've got obviously the intake tunnels are separate, and there's quite a few bits and pieces that go in here. They just go on the underside, and that's pretty much it really, a standard breakdown. But the plastic is really nice and crisp. The detail is very fine and very sharp, and by all accounts it fits together really well. So as they say, that is right up my Strasser, because for me probably construction is one of the least enjoyable parts. As I said in the introductory video, my passion is painting and weathering, and the construction is really just a means to an end. And sometimes I get quite frustrated with it because I'm not the best builder of kits. And if I can build a state-of-the-art, well-engineered, extremely well-fitting kit, I'll take that all day, every day. So that's the kit. Obviously very brief, but yeah, I don't want to waffle on for too long. What I will do now is just take you through some of the accessories and aftermarket stuff I've got in no particular order. So I've got quite a bit of resin. I've got the AirRes nozzle set for it. These are the closed nozzles. You can get them open. To be honest, I can't remember if the this is the A model, whether they shut down with the nozzles closed or one open, one closed, or both open. Absolutely no idea, but I prefer the closed look, if you like. So yeah, I've got those. They look really nice. I've got the Master Pitot set, and it's a very small pitot. What you also get with this is the AOA probe, and that is absolutely minute. I've used one of these sets with an AOA probe before on a 72nd scale Harrier from Airfix, and that was even smaller than this. So that's going to be tricky to fit, but should look absolutely lovely. I've got the Edward Big Ed set, so you get your standard canopy masks, and I much prefer to do the inside of the canopy as well. So yeah, this isn't the, what do they call them, T-face or something, where you get the inside and the outside, so I'm going to have to mask up the inside myself. But yeah, always very welcome. Obviously photo etch is what they're renowned for. I've got the exterior set. There's various bits and pieces for the airframe, for the undercarriage wells, things like that. So that should provide a nice bit of refinement. I've got the interior set, so there's quite a nice chunk of brass for the canopy and various bits and pieces for the cockpit there, and the colour photo etch. However, as much as I'm a fan of the colour photo etch, I have bought the Quinta Studios 3D resin printed decal thing, which I've used once before on a 1/72 scale Zvesta Hind. That's the first time I'd used them, and I thought they were absolutely brilliant. And oh, hello, nearly dropped it. And I think these are a bit of a game changer. Now, I did cause a bit of a kerfuffle on their Facebook page when I just put what I thought was a fairly sensible suggestion of why not, rather than on the side consoles and the instrument panels, rather than print them on an approximation or their best attempt at the background colour, is either do it on clear decal film or don't even do that at all. Obviously you're going to need clear decal film for the various bits to sort of go onto, but what I mean is on some of these consoles you get quite a lot of grey on the outside. Just leave those off, and that way you minimise the contrast you will get from trying to put trying to colour match what's on here to the paint. So anyway, caused a bit of a kerfuffle. One person even said that was a horrendous suggestion, quote unquote. You know, quite a lot of vitriol. You know what social media can be like. So yeah, I don't see what anything is wrong with that. But what I will do on certainly on the consoles and where I can is I'll actually cut the sort of the cockpit coloured bits away, and see how that works, and just put them on. It may not work, but we'll see. But I'm a massive fan of these, even though I've only used it once. Yeah, like I said, I think they're a game changer. Oh, that's really nice. Right, diving into the resin bits and pieces. I've got a few quick boost sets, and I think these things are really good value for money. They're only a few pounds. This is the ECS heat exchanger exhaust grills. So I've got those. I don't know whether they are separate pieces in the kit and it's a 1-for-1, or whether you've got to do a little bit of surgery. I don't know. Well, guess we'll find out in due course. I've got some Airez ejection seats. Now in the Quinta set you do get the harnesses for that as well, and there are no harnesses, sorry, nearly dropped that as well. There are no harnesses moulded into the seat, but there is photo etch. So and it's not coloured. We'll mix and match and we'll make the best of it. And I've always got the Edward colour photo etch as well, should I need it. I've got the ventral fins. Now I don't know whether the kit ones are inaccurate, and that's why Quick Boost have done these, or whether it's something to do, there's a knacker duct on this one. So maybe the detail is lifted as well. Either or, but I thought they're only a few pounds. They've obviously done it for a reason, so why not get it? Feel free to pop it in the comments below if you know the answer. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I made the tea. Thank you for putting the comments and suggestions, I guess. I've also got the Quick Boost canopy frame, and that is really nicely detailed. It should fit quite nicely because it's looks very thin and fragile, so easily kind of formed to the canopy itself. So yeah, that should be a nice little lift, and that will nicely complement some of the photo etch that's there as well. Right, what else? So other bits of resin, quick boost. I've actually taken these out of the packet. These are the seamless intakes. I've not actually had a deep dive at the instructions. I've had a quick skim through. So I'd imagine that they are multi-part, you know, at least 2 parts. So there are going to be some seams to sort of deal with, but hey, for a couple of quid, if I don't have to deal with really awkward internal seams, I'll take that all day long. And the other bits and pieces I've bought is some ordnance. So we've got Edwards, Sparrows, and A9 Lemurs, which should look really rather nice. Now the loadout I'm going to do is what we used to call back in the day 044 plus. So the first one is for active missiles. So in this case, it's going to be 0. I'm not going to put the Phoenix on it. For the middle one, if you like, the next one, the 4, that's going to be for 4 semi-active missiles, then 4 heat-seeking missiles, and then the plus is the gun. So 044 plus is going to be the loadout on this. And then the last couple of bits are some decal sheets. So I have an old extra decal Tornado set here, and also extra decals 815 Squadron, 815 Naval Air Squadron of the Royal Navy's Fleet Air Arm, which is a bit of an odd choice for an F-14, isn't it? But this is going to be one of my what ifs, and possibly credible, I suppose. Oh, I needed that. So the theory behind this one is, when they were looking for a replacement for the F4 Phantom, what they did is they kind of ran looked at all, I don't think it was an actual competition as such, but they looked at various different options. It was obvious that they were going to turn the Tornado into a fighter. I say fighter, more of an interceptor really, but yeah, there was an old story of when it first came into service, the Tornado F3, morale in the force was quite low. So the AOC, Air Officer Commanding, some Air Vice Marshal bloke, came down to have a chat with the boys and find out why they were so glum. So they had what we call a fireside chat, all kind of fairly relaxed and informal. And he asked the question, why are you so glum? You've got this brand new fighter aeroplane. And some wag stood up and said, well, sir, the only reason we haven't got the worst fighter in NATO is because the Italians are still flying the F1, F4. End of meeting, end of fireside chat. So I thought it might be quite a nice idea if the F3 was a bit of a non-starter, was rejected out of hand, and they wanted a 2-seater concept. And this thing, the F-14, was the best choice. So I'm going to do this in 25 Squadron colours, which was, I flew the F3 RF Leeming with 25 Squadron beginning of 2001 to the middle of 2003. So I thought it might be quite fun to do it in 25 Squadron markings. I don't know whether I'm going to do black tails. I think that might look quite cool, but I don't know. But the reason why I got more ULAM, which is our speak for ooh, look at me, is on this sheet they do my links, and actually I wrote off to them and suggested they do 815 and did a whole load of research, including rather gratuitously sending them pictures of my links, which have my name on it. So my name and my observer's name, who's going to be my Rio, Lieutenant Jimmy Hawley, Royal Australian Navy, so our names are going to go on the canopy sill, which I think is going to be quite cool. So yeah, and I think just having a look in the box, yeah, that's just about it really. So that's a little guided tour of Very quickly on this model, which is going to be the next or the first model to appear on the channel, and a few of the bits and pieces I'm going to throw at it. And the next video you'll see will be me doing the cockpit. I've still not worked out how I'm going to do that. I'm leaning towards sort of filming it, editing it together, and then maybe doing a narration over the top, rather than just music or something. I don't know. Depends how I get on, really. But yeah, there we go. So that is the Academy F-14 Tomcat, and you'll see the cockpit in the next video. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.